There is one thing about the Rogan sphere that's hard to ignore once you see it. Almost everyone in that comedy bubble is wildly delusional, and when you look at the headmaster of it all, Joe Rogan himself, it starts to make sense. He genuinely believes he's one of the last real comedians left on earth, like comedy is some endangered species, and he's one of the final survivors protecting it from extinction. And anyone who hangs around that comedy club ecosystem seems to catch the same disease. I've watched a lot of those people, and almost none of them are funny in a natural way. What they are is extremely confident that they're hilarious, and that confidence gets mistaken for talent inside that circle. Now, when you take that baseline level of delusion and mix it with a massive ego, you get Tony Hinchcliffe. Tony has always carried himself like someone who believes he's 10 steps ahead of everyone else.
I'm about to spill the beans on these mother. They don't even know. It was supposed to be a short set. They wanted to keep me at the table. They didn't want me to make fun of this. They didn't want me to make fun of that. Okay, I won't do that.
And then you just get up there and go
Yeah. The world and stealing the roast
Right.
took 17 years of every open mic, every roast joke I ever wrote, for every roast I ever did. Anybody I ever made fun of was like Eminem, 8 Mile. They gave me a chance, you know what I mean? They gave a hungry wolf a chance showing what I can do.
Tony's one of those guys who was never actually funny to begin with, but rode a wave of hype long enough that people stopped questioning it. He didn't become famous because his jokes were clever or original. He became famous because he kept repeating the same hack material that already worked for everyone else, just louder and with more confidence. If you strip away the F words, the gay jokes, and the racist punchlines, there's basically nothing left. And yeah, at some point that stuff sold really well. There was a time when being edgy alone could carry you. But it's 2025 now. People aren't impressed by that anymore. The culture moved on, comedy evolved, and Tony didn't. He's still clinging to the same material like it's a life raft.
Great stuff, Nate. Nate clearly won. Question, Charlie. So you are bi.
Yes.
You have a sister that's trans. Are there other children in the family?
No,
It's just the two of you. Are your parents accepting of you?
Yes.
See, that's the problem that I have. This is why this will never end. It's because parents go, oh, I love you just the way you are. I don't care if there's poop on your dick.
Your parents.
I don't care if there's shit all over my son's baby not making cock. I don't care if God will haunt us forever. I don't care if hell is a predestined destination for us eternally.
I've never heard a man try to pretend harder to be straight in my life.
Oh my God!
Listen, my mom is not accepting.
This fucking accent. Can you believe these gays? I just about had it with these homos.
Look, that's the first time your co-host over there has ever studied a page in his life.
Oh.
Her name's Paige. The fat white woman was named Paige.
I like.
He is an uneducated black. Do you not see why that's all right?
He's saying you can't read good.
The only reason Kill Tony ever got as big as it did has almost nothing to do with Tony himself. It's the guests. That's it. People tune in for the names he brings on. Most of the time, all Tony does is repeat what the guest just said, slightly louder, like he's trying to ride their punchline before the laugh dies. Then comes that forced, cringy laugh.
Right, yeah, and I'm Egyptian.
Oh.
I descended from kings.
Yeah. It's a different fucking nationality every week.
By the way, he only says that from the black people. He's never said that to any white people ever.
No.
I'm Egyptian.
I be descended from kings, motherfucker. Yeah. Shut the fuck up, DeRosa.
Did you enjoy your own joke, Tony?
It's in your face. You turn that thing towards me. I can't help but to laugh at it.
You make me sick.
He's not just unfunny, he's also obsessed with tearing down other comedians to prop himself up. Any chance he gets, he'll take little shots, talk down on people, or frame himself as somehow above them. He's constantly reminding everyone about his career, his Netflix deal, where he's been, who he knows. Like, we're supposed to be impressed every time he brings it up.
Man, good to be here. I'm glad thank you guys so much for having me. You know, I filmed Netflix Kill Tony, 12 years in the making this week. It comes out at midnight.
I sold out 2 Bridgestone arenas here in Nashville. But man, being at Story Wars on a Sunday night in the closet connected to Zanies is the highlight. It's the highlight of my week, because this is what it's about. It's about the roots. It's about the grits and the gravy of comedy. It's not all about the big Netflix deals and arenas. This is where it all starts, is in tiny cavernous rooms, just like we started Kill Tony in the belly room 12 years ago. So if you guys play your cards right in 12 years, you could be successful too.
I'll be 60.
He does this all the time, and it's honestly strange when you think about it. Imagine walking into another comedy club, standing in front of a room full of comics, and casually telling them they're not successful.
What's up, brother?
It's good to be back in New York with my homies. Here we are. Been doing this forever. You guys, I just got paid. Someone just gave me $100.
Yeah,
I go, what is this for?
We pay our guests,
They
Tony.
go, you pay they pay here. And I go, that's how you know the show's not that successful. You do Rogan or Kill Tony, you
don't get paid anything.
You get to sell tickets for the
Yeah,
rest of your life. You
I
come
heard-
here, they're like,
You know,
hey,
I've been
this
on
is for
Kill
your
Tony.
time.
I've been on Kill Tony 27 times. I'm still not selling those tickets. So much.
Imagine having such an extreme ego that you feel the need to constantly remind everyone that you're doing better than them. Not once in a while, all the time. Like if you don't say it out loud, it might stop being true. And it's gone beyond just thinking he's better than other comedians. Now he genuinely believes the Austin comedy scene has more real comedians than literal New York, a place that's been shaping stand-up for decades.
So I said on Twitter, somebody was like, oh, you should do Skankfest in Austin. The best comics are there. So then I replied, quote tweeted him, the best comics are in New York, bozo. Tony, listen, Tony goes, he quotes that and then goes, name them.
Why would he say name them?
Then he goes, Attell, ... then ... then this face.
Is that his face?
That emoji. And then the American flag. Yeah. Then he said, I love you. We bust each other's balls about this. But then I wrote, Attell, Soder, Mark Norman, Joe List, Robert Kelly, Big J, Schultz, Louis C.K., Chris D, Are You Garbage Guys, Ari Shafir, Colin Quinn, Norton, Sam Morrill, Todd Barry, Jim Gaffigan, Giannis Stavros, Nick Mullen, Tim Dillon, Adrian Appalucci, Jordan Jensen, Nikki Glazer, Michael Che, Pete Davidson, to name a few.
It's so clear that you got to a point where you're like, I need to name women and black people.
By the way, Tony genuinely thinks he, Joe Rogan, and a handful of their friends are top-level comedians. So every name he just listed could walk into Austin and destroy that whole comedy scene without even trying.
But you didn't put Chris Rock, Louis C.K.
He did put Louis C.K.
Oh, no, I didn't.
He put
Jerry Seinfeld. But I said to name a few others. This isn't even
Still
talking
Rock,
about
dude.
the mid-level guys that are actual killers, like hundreds of them. All of the young bucks who followed Shane and Rogan to Austin couldn't get stage time in New York City.
Whoa.
Who you got? Then I was like, then there's unknown killers that like Greer Barnes or Mike Britt that will literally be impossible for anyone in Austin to follow. There's like 100 of those guys, the Godfreys, the Mike Yards. I was like, if you're talking about pound for pound, there's no talent pool like New York. This is off the top of my head. Austin has you, Shane, Rogan, Tom, ... Roseanne. It's thinning out.
Well, they're all from LA. Nice.
Snap.
You
Back
put your,
to reality.
did you put your phone down? Or
But now it actually looks like Tony finally figured out that a lot of people think he's unfunny. And honestly, that moment was probably overdue. Comedians and famous people usually avoid reading comments, and I get why. It can be toxic, pointless, and brutal. But when you never hear what people actually think, you can drift into full-on delusion. And Tony Hinchcliffe is kind of the perfect example of that. Recently, Joe Rogan revealed how Tony went and read comments about himself online, and it clearly got into his head.
I've seen it happen to actors, especially if you're doing stage. I'm sure with comics, it's when you're doing a play and you have to do it every night and you start reading a lot of bad things that people say about you. It is demolishing to your confidence. you know, I mean, I had this actor friend of mine. We shared a dressing room, and one day he came in, and he was great in the show. And he came in, and just his whole energy was dark. I was like, "You all right?" He's like, I went down the rabbit hole last night. I just read what people are saying about me on the internet, and everybody thinks I'm terrible.
I had the exact same conversation last night with a famous comedian friend of mine.
Really?
I won't say his name, but he went down a Reddit rabbit hole the other night.
I don't do it anymore. I don't do it.
He goes, I f***ed up, and I went down this rabbit hole.
Don't do it. Don't do it. No good comes from it.
And he was like, hate me. I go, no. They hate themselves. They hate everything. There's no, like, Michael Jordan's not leaving Reddit comments. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, these aren't winners. These are people that are not doing what they want to be doing. And they want to hate on everybody that's out there in the public eye.
You might be thinking, well, he just said famous comedian. He didn't say Tony, but he actually did say his name in another episode. And if you do the math, it's pretty obvious he was talking about Tony Hinchcliffe.
The thing, like, I was talking to Tony about this because we were talking about people that complained about his show and talking about his show. I go, dude, they work for you. They don't realize it, but they work for you. They're the publicity arm, the negative publicity arm for the Kill Tony show. You don't worry about it and don't care.
Yeah.
You can't,
Write a book on that. Teach me how to not care.
You just got to get to a point where you don't have to care anymore. Like, it's not going to affect you.
At least now he knows he's not that good. And maybe that reality check will humble him a bit. And if you want to see more content like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel.